Getting it all together, organizing your book. Welcome everyone to another session of Walking with Randy, where we talk about writing, speaking, coaching and course building, marketing, and marriage. Today we're focusing again on writing, and today's topic is getting it all together, organizing your book. This will help you if you're a new author who wants to get your main chapters laid out and including some of their subtitles. Now when you do this, you will be very excited about it because then you will have an idea of what your entire book is going to be about. Now we'll look at 3 techniques to accomplish this. So let me show you what I mean. Well, 4 years ago, Rhonda and I went to Japan. We went to visit my son and daughter and his family. And actually we got there right before their youngest daughter was born. The day before, actually. And we stayed there, and Rhonda did most of the cooking and helped as Brenda came home. And anyway, we just had a good time while we were there. Well, I was in the process of writing the book From Mountains to Molehills. Now, you may think, could you have done that while you were in Japan? Well, evidently so, because I did do that. And I remember that I had, before we got over there, 4 chapters and 50 pages. And these 4 chapters and 50 pages first appeared in my first book that was called The Loving Way to a Successful Marriage. Now I am writing that series of books, The Loving Way to a Successful Marriage. So the second part of that book was overcoming your differences in marriage. That is the O in the acronym LOVING. First one is leaving, the second one is overcoming. So I had 4 chapters and 50 pages. Now you'll recall in an earlier session, I said our goal for writing a print book is for it to be somewhere between 125 and 200 pages. Well, while I was in Japan, I was able to expand that 50 pages into 150 pages. And the 4 chapters into 14 chapters. So there's a little bit about the techniques for doing that. Here are 3 techniques for helping you to do that. The first one, I want to just title it as Cool, No Judgment. Basically, this is the technique of brainstorming. Now, if you brainstorm with a group, the idea is that people just start throwing ideas out there. And really, for brainstorming to work the best, you throw the ideas out there no matter how wild or outrageous they might be. Then later, you evaluate them. Later, you'll say some of them are not feasible and you throw some of them out. Later, you may combine some of them. But for brainstorming as a group, it is just getting the ideas out there. Well, brainstorming with yourself, just throw the ideas out there. There's an idea, cool, no judgment. There's another one. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, I don't know. But get the idea out there. Think about what you've read on the subject. Think about what's coming to your mind. Think about what you're going to research further on the subject. Get the ideas out there. You can write questions. You maybe want to use a mind map in this process also. You'll recall in an earlier session I told you what a mind map was, and that is where you start with a topic in the middle, and then you have a related idea to that topic, and so you go out just a little way from the middle, and you write down 2 or 3 words, keywords, that help you remember what that idea is. draw a circle around it, and then connect the middle circle to that first circle with a line. And then as you have other related ideas to that first circle coming off of the middle circle, you just keep connecting them, drawing circles around them, and connecting them with lines. And then when you start a new strand of thought, you just keep throwing the ideas out there and connecting the related ideas, having drawn circles around all of them. They look sort of like the balloon speech in cartoons. Well, that's the idea of using a mind map. You may do that at this stage. The idea, though, is that whatever you come up with, cool, no judgment. Just write it down, get it there, and get it out. Now, you don't have to at this step, but then after you've gotten all the ideas out there, you can form an outline. Now, the best outlines go down to Roman numeral level and maybe one level below that. Okay, well, the second idea is your movable options. When I was there in Japan, I used note cards. I wrote my ideas down on note cards, and then I was able to lay them out on the bed in the spare room where we were. And so I was able to move those ideas around and to organize them in different ways. And some of them would fit better earlier in a strand of thought. Those were the movable options. Another way of doing it is using Post-it notes. Some people will take a big whiteboard and cover it with Post-it notes, or some people even use a wall and have Post-it notes all over their wall as they're organizing their materials. But you have your movable options. On computers, it's a lot easier nowadays to cut and paste, and so you can move your ideas around. There is a software, and some people like to use it. I have it, and I use it sometimes, and it is called Scrivener. And you're able to move things around on that in that software. So your movable options, and then take number 3, is the big picture, even on one page. Now, if you didn't do a mind map in the earlier stage, this is where you can take your brainstormed ideas and again put them on a mind map. Now, whenever I say about getting it on one page, your whole book is probably not going to fit on an 8.5 by 11 mind map. So what you probably will end up doing is taping 3 sheets of paper for the top, 3 sheets of paper for the middle, and 3 sheets of paper at the bottom. And that will give you one big sheet of paper. And so then you can start in the middle, start with your mind map, and your ideas radiating out from the middle. So those first, just had to reconnect. Those first levels coming out around the center of the big page would be your chapter titles. And then you would have the related titles going off of that. And there, you'll end up with the big picture idea for your whole book on one big page. Of course, the one big page is actually 9 pages taped together. And if you don't have room that way, you can just keep adding pages around the edge. So there's just some ideas. You can do brainstorming, cool, no judgment, get the ideas out there. You can use your movable options, you can use Post-it notes or note cards or movable techniques on your computer. And then the third thing is get it all together on one big page, and then you can see your whole book. It's quite motivating. If you get that step done, all these preliminary steps make it a lot easier later on. So here are some of the big takeaways for today's topic of organizing your book. First of all, you can organize your book. Secondly, you can brainstorm, and you can use some movable options, and you can get the big picture on one page, although it might be, a big page, having taped all these pieces of paper together. So, the main idea is you can get your chapters laid out, and that you can have your subtitles on those chapters, at least that level, and that will help you to keep from wondering what to put in your book. Now, if you're one of those new authors who would like to take this to the next level, then I would suggest you check out my online course of six-figure writing. You can go to randycarney.com or randysblogs.com. Both of those will take you to the same place. And on the page, you will see writing. You hover over that, and a drop-down option will appear that says six-figure writing. Click on that, and then you can find out more about it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this session of Walking with Randy. And if you'd like more tips like these, go to randysblogs.com. Have a great day.